not a game.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. We got Connor here. He's got some stuff to do right after, and we just got done with practice. So I appreciate him joining us this evening. We'll take questions in the chat. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're just joining us, Noah Harvey had a conflict tonight. So it's all Connor Heyward tonight for a few minutes. And we'll take questions. We'll go from there. We'll start with Matt Charbonneau, the Detroit News.
Gotta unmute. Yeah. Thanks, Connor. Appreciate it. I just want to ask you, obviously, with everything you went through last year with the plan to transfer and the decision to come back, what was that process like for you, and how has it been since you've been back? I know Coach Piegler today talked about your leadership and how important you've been in that room already. What's it been like since you've been back, and how important is it for you to kind of still have that leadership role?
I'm just thankful, for the new coaching staff to give me, opportunity. And Mr. Beekman, we had a really nice conversation, and Coach Tucker and I did. When the plans of me leaving it, you just don't know what you're going to do from the next step. There were a lot of schools reaching out, and they wanted me to go there. But, ultimately my heart was still here, and I felt like I had some unfinished business. And since I've been back, everybody welcomed me with open arms. And, I kind of just didn't expect them to open me, help me with open arms. I kind of went there with the mindset, I'm going to go in there, bust my tail, help in any way I can and just lead and just do anything I can, whatever, get on the field or whatever, anything they wanted, I was going to do.
Do you see 2-year role I remember your first year as a freshman, they were using you in a lot of different spots. Do you see that as being something you can continue now as a guy who can do a lot of different things out of the backfield?
Yes, I think I'm very versatile, and with Coach Johnson, Coach Piegler, our whole offensive staff, you can be used. They can put you in different roles and use you in different ways, and I think we all bring different skill sets, and I think they know that, and they're putting us in the best places, for us to showcase our abilities.
Thanks, Connor.
Next question is from Stephen Brooks with 24/7 Sports.
Hey, Connor, I appreciate you doing this, man. Since you have been back, what has sort of been that process like of learning what you guys are trying to do now, obviously changing directions and everything, and what sort of differences do you see with yourself and I guess kind of, like you were just touching on with your role as well and how you might fit into things?
With myself, with the team that started off, the running backs offense to be exact, or kind of overall, everybody, was at that ground zero building block, because it's a new system, offense and defense on the defense of the defensive coaches, coordinators and stuff. So everybody, learned everything at the same time, and it's just everybody competing. And with all the COVID and stuff, it felt like I was competing with myself more than anything, just trying to get my body in the best shape possible. That was one of the biggest things I was taking very seriously. And, just getting the playbook, because I feel like I have ability, and it was just up to me. I felt like everything was just up to me, and I felt like me getting my body right was just step one, and then football would take care of itself, because I felt like last year I wasn't in the best shape coming into last year.
And if I could clarify really quick, what were you up to between the time where you go into the portal and I think it was February when you announced you come back? I mean, did you ever leave East Lansing, or were you training somewhere else and came back? What was sort of that interim period like?
So actually I stayed up here and I was still taking classes. Me and Matt Allen, we were roommates and stuff. And it was kind of weird at first, but I was working out, but it was so cold, so you couldn't run or anything. I was just lifting heavy and stuff. But I gained a good amount of weight, and then I went to the Pro Bowl actually and met my family there, and they just looked at me like, what are you doing? Like, are you just going out every night? And I had to look myself in the mirror, and I was like, there's no excuses. And I wasn't going out every night, but I was just eating bad, staying up late. I didn't really have that discipline and somebody to be in my ear. And usually I don't need that, but it was just a tough time last year. And, I was just the COVID thing, I think going home, and training with my trainers back home, and then the new strength staff has just been awesome. And I can't be more thankful for them. And, I feel like my body's, changing, and the nutrition staff, everybody's just, doing their best with everybody, not just me. And they really are taking this, very seriously and want everybody to be in the tip-top shape.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Next question is from Chris Solar, the Detroit Free Press.
Good to see you again, Connor. I guess, going back to about a year ago at this time when you did make that decision, I guess, where was your mind at that point? Did you ever think you would be back here? And at what point did you realize this was, like you said, that your heart was here and that you didn't want to leave?
So I was taking visits everywhere. I was going a lot of places, and there was a lot of nice places that I liked, but it was just ultimately, I don't know what it was. I had this gut feeling, and I called my mom one day and I was like, Mom, like, I feel like, it's not over. Like, I just feel like I should stay here. And she was like, Are you serious? And she was like, whatever you want to do, we're behind you. And getting into the portal and stuff, my mom was like, are you sure you want to do this? And it was just like a tough decision. I didn't want to do it, but I know I could have contributed in some type of way, and it was just, you're being told one thing and, stuff happens. But, when I told my mom, she was like, all right, then let's make it happen. And, luckily, I was able to stay, and, I'm forever blessed for this opportunity. And, I'm going to do whatever I can to, stay here and be a Spartan forever.
It's kind of a follow. Did you have a pre-existing relationship with Coach Tucker? I know he recruited guys in Georgia a lot.
So Coach Tucker, he actually had a couple kids from my high school commit to Georgia when he was there. And I think he recruited some of them to Bama, and he's recruited a lot of my friends and stuff. And he was a DB coach, as everybody knows, defense coach. But Georgia would stop in at our high school. A lot of college coaches would stop in. But he knew some of the same people we knew. It was, everything's a small circle. Everybody knows everybody in the coaching world and, just in the football world. And me and him sat down, and he was just like, I'm giving everybody, the opportunity. I don't care if you're a senior, freshman, black, white, the best player is going to play. And, that's all I needed to hear.
Thanks, man.
Next question is from Lindsey Huddleston.
Thank you. Connor, good to see you again. I so well remember a year ago being there and what the feeling and the tone was like. And Chris kind of stole my question. I was trying to find out about that moment. Was it the family moment when you were talking to family and you guys made that decision? And more importantly, what inspirational story can you tell another young person coming in who may have some challenges along the way? And how could you take from your story to help them with that?
So my mom's a big lady on what is patience is a virtue, and just finishing what you do. So me getting to the portal, she was like, are you sure you want to do this? We had a talk, me and her. She flew up here, mom just being supportive. She knew I was kind of going through it, mentally. You want to be out there, like, no matter what, you want to be out there. So when I decided not to dress up for the Indiana game, all my friends, they were flying up and stuff. They came up because they were going to come to the game. And so it was super hard on me, but a lesson for somebody, don't give up. I don't think I gave up, but I could have, kept on going because I felt like there's not an end for anything. You can just always, persevere, and, if you can put your mind to it, and, stuff's going to happen in life. Just keep on going, and football is a great sport. It's going to end someday, but, it's bigger than that.
Great. Appreciate it. Glad to see you back.
Thank you.
Next question is from Matt Wenzel with MLive.
Hey, Connor, you kind of touched on, when you first entered the portal. I was just wondering what that time away from football was like when, it had to be the first time in a really long time where there were games going on and you weren't part of it. What was it like to watch Michigan State and other teams and just have a different perspective?
It was kind of hard because it was like, I want to be out there, but at the same time, it was kind of good to get away. Sometimes you need to get away. Not necessarily I want to be away from football, but mentally, I don't think I was in the right state of mind, to be here. And me not being my normal self, I'm very, talkative, and I just felt like I kind of shut down for a little bit when all that happened. But my family and my friends, they just helped a lot. And yeah.
You talked about, William had said earlier about transforming your body, and you talked about, lifting but not running and putting on too much weight. How much did you get to, if you don't mind sharing, before you left?
Before I left, I went into last year at like 234 to the season, and then our Heyward jeans, you look at a piece of cake, you might gain about 20 pounds. So I did gain a good amount. I'm gonna keep that disclosed, but now I'm back to about 227, 228, and I don't think I've been there really since like my sophomore year. Sophomore year, I fluctuated from about 224 to 229, 230, but now I'm around, in between there now, and I feel pretty good. Last year, I was about 234, 236 at times, but yeah, I feel pretty good, more explosive.
Thanks, Connor.
Next question is from Audrey Dahlgren with WLNS.
Hey, Connor. Yeah, I was going to ask you a little bit of reshaping your body because Coach Piegler mentioned that as well. But along the lines, too, of your relationship with Coach Tucker, what makes you feel maybe comfortable with him, or just makes you feel like, this is right, we're back where you want to be?
Yeah, me and him had that talk, and, from then to now, he's just straightforward. He's going to keep it real with you. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. And, if you're a player and, if you're a player, you're going to be out there. It doesn't matter. A lot of places they play 2 and 3 backs, some places play 1, but he talked about how he wants to use different backs in different ways. And, that kind of caught my attention. But Coach Tucker, he's real. He's going to keep it real with you. It does not matter. He whether you like it or not, he's going to be real with you. And, as a player, you got to like that and respect that.
Yeah. Did you, obviously the diversity that you guys have, it seems like, yeah, each of you bring a different asset, to the table. And so where you're at, what are you going to bring, or what separates you then from Elijah or Brandon or, Anthony?
I honestly feel like we all can do everything. It just, some people are better at different things. It might be, oh, this guy can run inside zone. This guy is a better outside zone guy, and different things like this. Oh, we can put him in the slot. We can do that. So, but we all can do it. We're all on scholarship. We're all college back. So, all that stuff got us to here, So it all comes down to the playbook and, knowing your X's and O's, because that's what's really going to separate you, because everybody has the ability.
Thank you. Welcome back. Well, you never really left, but yeah, welcome back.
We got time for, it looks like one more from Stephen Brooks. I know Connor's got to get going to a meeting here pretty soon, but Stephen, we can wrap it up with you.
Thanks, Ben. Connor, how much did you watch Michigan State last year? I'm just curious what you thought of what Elijah ended up doing and how he progressed through the season as, pretty much young unknown guy to what he ended up doing.
Yeah, Elijah had a really good season. I was cheering for him. I wasn't always tuned in on Michigan State, as a whole, but I would, have the games going back and forth. I just felt like I was a normal college fan, just watching football at the crib, just going back and forth, flipping channels. But, certain games I would watch it and just, I'm kind of know what's going on because I know the plays and stuff like that. So I can kind of see stuff before it happened. But, Elijah had a really good year, and, hopefully we're able to, hopefully he's able to grow from there, and, the whole running back unit is able to grow from there.
Thank you.
Well, looks like we got one more before we go from Chris Solari.
I just, we talked so much about just what that last couple months have been like for you. What do you want the next couple months to be like? What makes this a successful move for you in coming back?
Winning, the plan is to go 8-0. Like, everybody knows the standard is the standard, and that's something that we've been harping about. But you can't just talk about it; you got to be about it. And just going out there and competing every day. It does not matter. We're competing. Everybody's hungry. I'm hungry. Everybody has something to prove, not just one person, but the whole team, the coaches. Coach Tucker wouldn't have come here if, he didn't think this was the best move for him, or the rest of the coaches wouldn't have followed. But, everybody just, Michigan State's a top program. And, the last couple of years haven't always been the best, but, you know, we're trying to get it back up to there. And, you know, Coach Tucker's done everything. You know, he's gone above and beyond. The culture, you know, meat and potatoes, no flair, you know, just discipline. Everybody's going to do their job. Everybody's going to, you know, hit somebody in the mouth and just play hard.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, Connor, for joining us. I know we've got long practice and then we have a meeting here coming up. So we appreciate you joining us tonight with everyone.
Thank you. Y'all have a nice night.
You too, Connor. Good seeing you.
Thanks, Connor.
Thanks, Connor.
And in case you didn't hear earlier, Noah Harvey could make it tonight. We had a conflict with time, so I'll try to get him next week. And I'll try to get a schedule out early next week sometime. But try to get as much as I could here these last couple of days for everybody. So
Appreciate it.
good night.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.